I started this channel pretty much to just share what happened to me through fluoroquinilone toxicity. And a lot of my videos that I've made in the past are like way down in my feed. I'm not sure how much attention they're getting. And on a regular basis, I get people reaching out to me and asking what what helps with fluoroquinilone toxicity after you've been damaged by these antibiotics that include like Cipro, Levaquin, and at least one or two others. And I usually tell people the same thing because what I found worked for me, and as I've shared it with other people, it's worked for them as well. So I wanted to remake a video and kind of retouch on that subject again to get the word out about one, the dangers of these class of antibiotics, these fluoroquinolone antibiotics, and two, to also explain what I use to help me, my story, and what has helped others as well, that I've seen a large percentage of people being helped by what I'm going to explain here. So my story started in 2005. I was prescribed Levaquin. Prior to that, Cipro a few times, and Levaquin for diverticulitis, an infection in my intestines. And as I was taking it, I kept feeling sick, getting worse and worse. Called the doctor. They told me to keep taking it, that it would be life-threatening if I didn't. So I continued on with it and eventually just wound up horribly sick, bedridden for 2 years, unable to work, lost my lucrative writing business, a record label that I was starting, lost eventually my home. I lost family. My wife left, children, and all sorts of income. Moved in with my mom. Basically just was a shell of a person for 15 years after this event, and went through trying a bunch of different supplements. Had some kinds of, I guess, improvement through that time, but nothing really was helping me. And to give you an update now, like currently on my situation now, I am completely healed. God healed me miraculously about a year or two ago through a woman praying, and I have a video on my channel about that if you'd like to check it out. But God was the only person I could turn to because doctors had no answers. Didn't have any answers. I couldn't figure out anything. I was looking all over. I was desperate. And although I'd been a Christian prior to the fluoroquinolone toxicity and the damage, I wasn't really praying. I wasn't really seeking God. I had just kind of drifted off on my own. So I did reconnect with God through this. And then, like I said, this miraculous healing, which the video is in my feed here if you'd like to watch that. But prior to the healing, prior to all of the pain taking away, I had horrible body pain. I had muscle twitching. I couldn't think clearly, anxiety, insomnia. I mean, it was a whole host of problems, and problems that I hear often from people that are suffering from fluoroquinolone toxicity. So what I did prior to being healed that was like this huge game changer and super dramatic for me was I discovered magnesium. Now, what I've learned is a lot of people have tried magnesium that have been affected by Cipro, Levaquin, these different antibiotics, and they've wondered why it hasn't helped them much. And generally what I find is that most people that have tried magnesium are using the wrong kind. They're using something maybe they got at their local grocery store or pharmacy that's not too top quality. It's usually magnesium oxide, which basically is a form of magnesium that is not very easily absorbed through the body. So what I recommend to people is two other forms of magnesium that I had used magnesium oxide prior and was not seeing results from that. But once I discovered magnesium glycinate, it was a game changer. Magnesium malate as well for me. Magnesium glycinate is great for helping with sleep, is great for helping with anxiety. And I later started finding that magnesium malate worked better for me because it also provides energy. ATP, which is affected by fluoroquinolones, affects our ATP, which is our body's energy currency. So I found that magnesium malate dramatically helped with improving my ability to move around, my energy levels, as well as pain and stamina. So I used that up until I was healed, but it was night and day. The change was so dramatic. And just the other day, I was speaking to somebody and told them about magnesium glycinate, and they have been sick for a while. They've been having muscle twitching. They've been having different symptoms from fluoroquinilone toxicity. And once they discovered magnesium glycinate, it was like a light switch for them, where the first night it just seemed like a game changer. They were able to move around a lot easier. The twitching had somewhat subsided. They said their clarity of thought was a lot clearer. So what I want to do is just make a video just to tell you about those two things. So it's basically, if you have anxiety, problems with sleep, you might want to look at magnesium glycinate. If you have issues with energy and stamina, those kind of things, maybe magnesium malate. Those two have been dramatic game changers for me and really have helped me and countless others as well that have suffered from Cipro, Levaquin, Avalox, type toxicity. So another big thing is prayer, of course. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some links down below to 2 different kinds of magnesium that I recommend or I've used. I don't recommend, I guess I've used them in the past. I do get paid a little bit, like a couple pennies every time somebody buys. So that does help me with this channel, just to give you a heads up. And then I will also, if you want prayer for your condition too, which was the game changer for me, which is what healed me, then please leave a comment below and I would be happy to pray for you. And I believe others will as well. And I want you to just know that there is hope. Like, after it's been 16 years, I mean, I was healed. I went through a long time of feeling absolutely horrible, being completely out of existence in life. It was just day in and day out watching TV. And sometimes I couldn't even focus on that, and just basically laying in bed. And I have improved to where I'm able to walk. I'm mobile now. I still have some issues. That's a whole different story. And that was a whole another video of something that occurred to me about a year ago, unrelated to Levaquin. But there is hope for people that have been affected. I've seen a lot of people improve, and I've seen a lot of people improve through these 2 different kinds of magnesium I'm going to mention. So comment below if you'd like prayer. I will also add my Instagram down below if you would like to personally ask for prayer, or you need questions, whatever, anything I might not have covered in videos already. I try to cover everything, but sometimes people have particular questions that need to be addressed individually. So that's what I wanted to share, guys. I hope it's helpful to somebody. And until next time, God bless.